Good morning, my friends. That's me, Robbie, from EnglishHarmony.com and FluencyGym.com. And I'm 3/4 through my 50 American phrase acquisition mission. And in this mission, I'm learning new American phrases, which have been taken from English fiction I've been reading, Gone series to be more specific. And you may want to check out this video where I'm reviewing those books. There are 6 books in total, and they're just great for foreign English speakers for a simple reason that language used in those books is quite simple, straightforward, colloquial, and there's a lot of expressions you can actually learn and use in your daily conversations. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm taking those expressions, learning them, adding them onto my active vocabulary by way of engaging in frequent spoken English practice. I'm recording videos twice daily, publishing them on my easyidioms.com website and my accentdrenchi.com blog. And that's what the whole mission is about. And every 12 phrases get recorded in a special video like this one, where I'm using those phrases in a single go, in a single practice session. So the first 2 videos included 12 phrases each, but in this video I'm going to put in 14 phrases for the simple reason that there are 50 phrases in total, and you can't really divide 50 by 4 with no phrases left. Obviously 50 divided by 4 equals 12, and then there's another 2 phrases left. So I'm basically recording 3 blocks by 12 phrases, and this one contains 14, but it doesn't really matter. The amount is not that important. I'm not being too specific about how many phrases I put in a single video. This video just goes to show that I've acquired all that phraseology and I'm fully capable of using it in my conversations. Basically, I'm comfortable using those phrases. They've become my second nature because they've been wired in my brain. That's the whole point in spoken English practice. And let's stop beating around the bush. As you can see, this is the activity list I've prepared for today. And this is all part of the Fluency Gym Coach program, and I'm using this product of mine as a framework for this goal, because the activity list is part of the action plan, and in the action plan you actually choose and set your own goals for your own fluency improvement. And I'm just showcasing my program this way. Here you can see 5 subtopics to the main topic. So the main topic is co-founder of the Doors, the band Doors, world famous band, right? Basically, co-founder of the Doors has passed away, and his name is Ray Manzarek, right? And I've chosen 5 subtopics just to make it easier to do the spoken English practice session, because it's of the utmost importance to have some subtopics to the main topic in case you just veer off the subject and don't know what to say. And it's very simple planning, simple yet very effective. And it's the simple things in life that count, my friend. So the first subtopic is Doors co-founder Ray Manzarek has passed away. Second one is it's been 42 years since passing of Jim Morrison. We all know the lead singer of the Doors, and this is actually the first time when I learned a name of another band member. Up until yesterday, I only knew Jim Morrison, I didn't know anyone else. But then news broke out in the media that another co-founder of the band has passed away at the age of 74, if I'm not mistaken. And his name's Ray Manzarek, and from now on, I'll know his name, I'm pretty sure of that, right? And then the third subtopic is how I got to know Doors music back in the day when I was a kid. And then fourth subtopic is I was 19 at the time, right? So a little bit about my life around that time. And the fifth subtopic is the film Doors was filmed back in 1991, and it's something I came across yesterday while doing a little bit of research into the matter, right? And anyway, let's stop beating around the bush, as I said already, and let's get cracking, my friends. You guys hear about one of the co-founding members of the Doors passing away yesterday. I'm not really sure whether it was yesterday or the day before, but the simple fact of the matter is that Ray Manzarek has passed away. He has succumbed to cancer. But the fact is, my friends, that up until yesterday, I wouldn't have known any other band member of the Doors. If you asked me, can you name me any Doors band member except for Jim Morrison, which is obviously well known to everybody, I would have just drawn a blank. Quite honestly, my friends, I wouldn't have known, I wouldn't have had a clue of any of the other names, but now I know for a fact that it's Ray Manzarek. But if you're thinking that I'm just using this news, this terrible and sad news, to my advantage, to practice my spoken English and to showcase my Fluency Gym Coach program, then you're actually wrong, my friends. I simply had to choose some topic. So basically I'm just choosing a topic that I'm interested in, is all, you know. And speaking of Jim Morrison, by the way, did you know that it's been 42 years since he went out in a blaze of glory? Well, it's a long time, isn't it? And some people probably might argue that he didn't really go out in a blaze of glory, that he was just a drug addict and alcoholic, you know, but for so many people worldwide, he is a big deal. And Thor's music is really something that defines an era in the modern music history, and they were all Thor's band members were big deals at the time and up until now, because they are still in living people's memories, and just the fact that Jim Morrison had problems with substance abuse doesn't change a thing, you know. The music that they produced and inspired millions is still relevant to this day. And I think that you can't really say that it's fallen out of use, meaning that people are listening to that type of music less and less. I'm pretty sure that young people from the younger generation are still being introduced to the Doors music, and they are still enjoying it for the simple reason that I can still remember myself being a kid in what felt like another lifetime, right? But I was introduced to that music by a friend of mine, and imagine at that time Doors music was already 30 years old, right? But it was still relevant. People in certain circles, especially youths, going through a phase of trying to find their own identity, definitely stumbled upon the Doors music at some stage. You know, the typical thing, right? The Beatles, the Doors, all that kind of music, you know, it all creates a special atmosphere, special ambience in my head, because whenever I'm reminiscing about all those things, I remember the guys I hang out with. They were musicians, they had their own band, and it definitely evokes special memories within me. And even though I was at loose ends at the time, you know, if I'm not mistaken, I had recently lost a job at that time. I had broken up with my girlfriend at the time, so I was definitely at loose ends. I didn't know what to do, so I was just spending my days listening to music and hanging out with those guys. And I'm pretty sure that I can still remember today when I was introduced to the Doors music. You know, I remember I was sitting in my room, and then one of those guys came around and he says, "Let's go listen to some Doors." And I said to him, "What's Doors? I've never heard of their music." And that's how I got introduced to it. We went downstairs to that guy's room, and he put the records on. And yeah, that's about it. The rest, as they say, is history, right? But the thing is, my friends, whenever I'm reminiscing about those times, I just can't help but running through a laundry list of things I've done wrong in my life. Because back then I was young, I was stupid, I thought I knew everything. But from today's perspective, you know, looking back at those events, I can just tell that I knew nothing. And there are so many things I would have done differently. And to be fair, I still can't get past the fact that I made some very bad choices in terms of education and my future career prospects and all that sort of thing, but I'm not really complaining. It's just life. We all go through different stages of life, and that particular stage of my life was marked by the Doors music and hanging out with my musician friends and not really caring too much about my education or career at the time, you know. But then I wasn't so dissimilar from so many other kids, you know, at the age of 18, 19, going through an identity crisis, so to speak, But definitely, if I had my knowledge and expertise that I possess now, back then, right, I would have tried and done so many things differently. I would have made an awful lot more effort into my education and making sure that I'm competitive in the labor market and able to find a better job, because it all boils down to finances, my friends. Basically, it's all about money, and don't dismiss it so easily. You see, there's this prevalent notion that money can't buy you happiness, but there is actually a lot of truth in it, in that statement, because when you're successful in life and when you're financially secure, you can afford certain things in life, and I'll definitely call BS on anybody's claims that money can't buy you happiness. Surely there are many unhappy people, and they're rich, but it doesn't mean at all that money can buy you happiness. Money can buy certain standards in life, certain degree of comfort, and certain things that you can't really afford unless you have that money, So basically that's about it, my friends. This spoken English practice session is over, and even though I didn't stick to the 5 subtopics, I basically didn't do the last one about the 1991 film Thor. I used the phrase which was planned for that subtopic called BS on that. I used it in the previous subtopic, and the last phrase, com plus verb, actually is not used up yet. But anyway, I'll use it up now because I'll tell you, come see me, my friends, on EnglishHarmony.com, and also come join me on other blogs, easyidioms.com and accentrenchi.com, where I'm publishing all these daily videos I'm recording as part of the 50 American Phrase Acquisition Mission. And that's about it, my friends. I'll see you tonight in another American English phrase video, and take care, and bye-bye.